And welcome back to our next portion of our Dungeons of Chaos playthrough. Now we are starting into Chapter 2. We just made it through the Chaos Rift and arrived at the castle, much to everybody's surprise. Now we're going to go ahead and explore the castle a little bit, talk to some people. Starting out with Kildar here. Now Kildar is the Warriors Guild info man. He's also a trainer. Now he's going to be our trainer for all our weapon skills and a couple of other skills here. Now we do have Shoulder Bash and Harden, which we already have trained and used those quite a bit. Once you accept his quest for the guild, you'll be able to change your fighter over to that. And of course, we got a couple of guards. They're all throughout the castle. And once you come into the, I guess, a great room here, you're going to have Lord Aldrich himself. Now, speaking with him, he informs you about what is going on. He tells you to speak with everybody. Also tells you about the guilds and the trades. We also have an Insignia Shop, which he tells us that are powerful class-specific items. They augment stats, resistances, and skills. Those are always good to have. Now, he does give us a couple of jobs. One, he wants us to find Jaimar the Wizard in the Catacombs. Jaimar is also the Wizards Guild keeper, so we'll be able to talk to him about joining the Wizards Guild. He's on the Catacombs, so we'll venture down there a little bit later. Now he also has us go to the Outlaws camp, which is in the far east of the Frozen Valley. And we got a couple of things to do out there, but in due time we'll come to that. Right beside him is Vidmule. Vidmule is our Knights guild. Now he tells us about the Knights, gives us a quest there. We'll take the guild quest a little bit later. Want to get through a couple of quests in the main campaign before we start venturing out to those. Now he does teach us Shield Bash, Repulsion, which we have a little bit of proficiency in, two-handed and one-handed, which we are currently using. We switched off of, we did have our big axe that had a sword here, and we also switched our rogue back over to the crossbow that he was using. Now, a little bit south of there, here that I have kind of this inner temple, and you have Sonagar. Now, she is the Priest's Guild Keeper, and she has a quest for us if we go ahead and click that entry. But we'll, like I said, we'll do that a little bit later. Now, she can train Divine Favor. I accidentally was running around the castle thinking I was on a different save file, and I accidentally trained this, but this is always good to have. So I'm going to actually throw a couple more points into that so it's at a little bit higher proficiency. And this not only does a huge instant heal, but it also gives a little bit of boost to defense and attack. Of course, Holy Chance, we'll be using that a little bit, and Healing Hands. That's kind of a skill that we don't use too often, except for outside of combat. Now this little guy here is Bertellus. He is our scout. Now later on we'll actually get into the tunnels here. We'll be able to help those out with. Now speaking to him, he gave us a quest received. He's got a uncle named Dakilos in the Outlaw encampment, and he would like to see him free, which we'll keep that in the back burner because we haven't made it there yet. He also trains us in the perception and sneaking skill, which we're pretty well equipped for that as of right now. Venturing further in, we have our smithy, Paryath. Now he can identify skills, and he does sell and buy items. And he has actually relatively good prices for anything that you're looking to get. He's kind of a good go-to shop. He's not that have the extraordinarily good equipment when it comes to like high end of game gear, but he's going to be who we would normally go to sell and buy minor upgrades from. Now, Camarillo here, he is actually our Insignia Shop. Now, we do have a couple of insignias that we've picked up along our travels so far with random loot. They give skill increases, different bits of resist or skills or stats, and they are very class specific, and so it's best to go ahead and when you have your character selected, go ahead and click fit, and it'll tell you which ones you're able to equip, which is always nice. And a nice little trick about this is if you have not trained a skill, say for instance our ranger wants the determination skill, we could purchase this, equip it to him, and then start training it. And as soon as we get that one proficiency point into it and one skill level into it, we should be able to remove the insignia and keep that proficiency in it. So in a way, we can kind of off-spec with this. And it's a really nice thing because mages, there are some insignias that have healing spells, like healing aura on them, and we can certainly get a couple of proficiency points into there, so we not only are doing damage with our mage and wizards, but we're able to heal quite proficiently, and that's for later on. And come up to the north here, we have another one of our knights' tombs. Now those are scattered throughout the world, and there are 12 of them to be sought out and found. Now, Highboar, he actually just kind of guards the tunnels over here. And once we get a couple of things done for Lord Ardridge and Bertellus, these will open up and we'll be able to explore those as random dungeons. Now, coming down here to the south, this is going to be our exit tunnels. And of course, you see the little plaques here. Those will always be there to be able to tell you what they are. And it says this reads to the Catacombs. This one reads to the Icy Valley. And of course there are a couple of doors here that are locked with keys. Those are reserved for Chapter 3, which if you guys have been paying attention, the Kickstarter just today met the total. So that is exciting. Looks like Volker is going to start rolling out some of the items and upgrades and pieces for Chapter 3. I'm working on those. So this is the exciting times for Dungeons of Chaos coming up. Now, since we have a request to find Jaimar in the Catacombs, and we're at the Catacombs, let's go ahead and jump into there and see if we can't find him and get him rescued and back here, okay? Alright, in the Catacombs we are looking for Jaimar. We'll just go ahead and clear this area out. Shouldn't be anybody down here besides ourselves and Jaimar whenever we run into him. But we'll go ahead and throw Light and Wizard's Eye up and explore around here, see what we can find. Broken chest, nothing there. Now, I think the Catacombs down here would actually be a really nice spot to add a couple of random encounters to. Nothing, too bad. Maybe a couple of ghosts, a specter here and there. It's something that's relatively easy to handle. Or even a handful of rats would actually spice this up. Oh, we found something here. We got A little elven bow and a masterwork sky bow. It's actually a pretty good damage. Actually, huh? Well, we got the snowy shadow piercer, so I think we're gonna rock that for a little bit. So we can't switch to bows, so we lack that strength, but we'll keep those in mind. Those would be a decent upgrade to what our rogue has on him right now. And jamming around with a small bow. Alright. Doesn't look like there's much down here. Now, Aldridge did say that it was fairly abandoned, and Jaimar was just looking for a place that we could escape out of. Another way out of the castle instead of going back through it in case we could not retake the castle because of the demon attack. So that is what he's looking for, and we are looking for him. This place is fairly elaborate. It is large here. Little alcoves. Seems to be a nice little alcove for a couple little skeleton spawners there. Almost looks like a dungeon. There's people have been tortured down here during the times of the Inquisition. Got broken chests. These look like pews. And taking a black mass down here. Let's head this way. We got a sign here. What's that say? Unstable walls. Water stream. Stay out. Let's see. It does look like we got some water back here. A little bit of rubble on the ground. Venture back here. Alright, looks like we got a couple of little slimy guys. Let's go ahead and save. Oh, don't need to take that off. Let's take these guys on here. Pestilent slimes are poison touch and gas. They are weak on armor. These guys should go down pretty well. I wonder if they're weak against fire. Or that they do ignite anyways. Okay, let's roll with that. Ignite's doing a fair amount of damage. They're doing a fair amount of damage to us too. That poison really rocked us. That is why we save. Let's go ahead and just take all. I don't take kindly to dying like that. Let's go ahead and reload. Let's see if we can explore around these guys. There's actually a handful of them here. Luckily they are relatively slow, and we can kind of scoot around them here on the walls. That, although we technically survived that, I don't want to incur some death penalties because of freaking little green boogers scooting around in the catacombs. Alright. Not much back here. Looks like mushrooms on the ground everywhere. Alright, anything back in this corner? Nope. Alright, let's see if we can... Oh, shoot. Ran straight into him. Let's see here. Let's go back to the lightning. Yeah, it looks like magic missiles higher damage on that one. And of course, we got those guys to heal. Okay. Maybe. to die. I know he's gonna die. I don't want him to die. Let's this is gonna be a good spot for Divine Favor. 1,000+ heals. And let's Ignite. Alright. Let's go ahead and put him back on. Let's Ignite again so we get that stack. Yeah, they're weak against fire, so Ignite is your best friend on these guys. Divine Favor saved us immensely on that. That huge heal all. Decent experience for these guys. That's pretty good. I think we've had enough of the slimes for right now. We'll come back for those guys. They are... I think it's probably because our resistances are fairly low at the moment. We are just level 10. We've been kind of rushing through this. Wouldn't necessarily say rushing. We've just been doing a straight shot. But if you guys have a little bit more levels, you guys would probably survive that a little bit better than our level 10s. And we are continuing to explore. Looks like Wizard Eyes back that up. Light again. Oh, no, found something else. Found a Genbia. Looks like a nice little curved dagger. For a small one-headed weapon, 16 to 44 and 4 to 12. That's a huge chance of bleed. That's pretty good. I mean, if you were running a melee rogue, or maybe a wizard that had a knife in his hand, that'd be a nice little thing to have. Anything else in this room? Doesn't look like it. Alright. I think we missed a passage or two over here. Let's double check. I don't think we've came this way. Yeah, there we go. Let's go down over here. This kind of branches off into a couple different spots. Health fountain. Supposedly this issue was fixed, and if we use this, but at the moment nothing has that. Let's see if we have something that has a health boost here. Let's remove that, and let's put that back on him. Alright, so that's going to give us a little bit of gap. Let's test this. Use. And we regained. Good job. You fixed the bug, Volker. Never really doubted you, but this is the first chance we got to really check that and make sure it was definitive. Let's throw Wizard's Eye back up here. Couple of clay pots just randomly in the corner. Too bad we can't break them. No, they're just vases. Alright. Random statue. This place is fairly empty. Kind of boring. And I have a feeling since this is the long path, this is the direction we need to go. And I think there's one more chute. Yep, there is. Let's go this way. Find out what's over here. Alright. See, these are like little cells. All they need is doors. That wall looks suspicious. What is that? See an alcove. Search. Nothing interesting. See, there needs to be things for people of due diligence. Yep. Daily skills reset. Yay. Wizard's Eye. That daily skills reset needs to be scooted over just a little bit so we can recast without having it there. Or an easy way to get rid of it. Now you can turn it off in the menu, but it is always nice to know when those reset. And it used to be when that feature originally got put in here, like every couple of steps, like running down this hallway, it would have reset and showed us probably twice. It's not that the skills used to reset that quickly, it was just that pop-up came up quite a bit. it still does come up quite a bit. Alright, looks like we found the river. We got a little bit of rubble here we can't get through. Alright, looks like there's shallow spots we can walk along, but can't go very far. Alright. Oh, there it is. See, if Jaimar's come this way, he's left a lot of stuff just sitting out. He's not doing his job as an explorer. And we're just sitting down here taking everything. Alright. Well, that's why we can't see very much. Let's throw the light back on. Alright. A little animal skeleton there. Nothing popping up on our radar very much. Oh. What do we got over here? We got a note. That's not what I wanted. In case somebody needs to come after me, I could not open the door. I'm trying further down the stream, signed Jaimar. Alright, so he's running down the river. And he said he can't open that door. Let's see if we can. Well, there's nothing in that little alcove. We failed. It's beyond our skills. Is it beyond our magic skills? It says it failed. 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 Ah. Yeah, we'll come back to that. It's not telling us we need a key. We can bust that lock. But we're not going to spend the time to spam that unlock spell right now. Which is easily what you could do. Oh, we can't go around that one. So you find a door or a chest you can't unlock, and it doesn't tell you it doesn't need a key. You can spam click it and see if it'll pop. Now with the unlock skill and the unlock spell, you're casting it continuously. So if you run out of mana, just rest. And there's more slimes. Let's go around these guys. Yeah, you can just spam the unlock. It'll train you relatively quick. I mean, depending on how quickly you can, tap the spell and cast it, and how much mana you have, which kind of breaks the game a little bit, but. And you're going to put the effort into spamming that spell. Alright, looks like we got another little alcove and another note here. Let's see what he says. I have ventured through the rubble. There's something there. Signed, Jaimar. Okay. So, he is going through the rubble. Well, looks like we got a little bit of ruins here. Alright, nice. Let's go ahead. Not unlock. Skill reset. Always when we're trying to recast our wizard's eye. Let's go unlock. Nice. Anything there? No. Skeleton behind the locked door should always yield something. Even if it's just mundane items. It's a nice little yippee. Uh-oh. Found something there. What have we got? And that looks like a golem. I'm going to back up, guys, and say rock golems are tough, and they take a bit of a beating. So we'll take him in just a minute. Let's go up here, because I imagine all these little alcoves probably have rock golems. And would be a good experience, but let's take that in due time here. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that golem. He's starting to walk out here, so he's going to be ambling around here. Let's go ahead and take him. Now, we said previously, stone golems can take a bit of a beating, but they are slow. They have a lot of armor. They're also weak against lightning and magic, so let's make sure we're going lightning. We already got a level 4 magic missile. That should be pretty good. Heal. He's at a distance. He's at a distance. Should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and throw auto on. Now, if you notice, We do take quite a bit of a beating, and we could go toe-to-toe directly with the golem. If you have a good enough fighter, his armor's up high enough, and your cleric is pretty adept at healing. The other option is to actually just kind of kite him around in circles or side by side and just have him follow you. And always go ahead and keep up as many of your cooldown skills as possible ready to go. And he'll just kind of run up and down here. I'm going to help this out a little bit. Once he gets over here, I'm going to go ahead and cast Mana Rupture for a little bit of duration. This will do in sets of 30-ish. And we're just going to continue to bob and weave. And then, of course, our ranger, our rogues are doing the work, and then we have our mage and our druid throwing their spells. It's like lightning's actually the one doing it in the 30s. Mana Rupture was only doing it in the teens, low 20s. Yeah, skedaddle past him. See, kind of caught us on the upside there. It's okay. Now, we did pick up repulsion. We might not be strong enough to go ahead and push him, but let's go ahead and use that. Yeah, see, it gave him a little bit of damage, but it didn't push him back. Repulsion, once you're strong enough, and that's leveled up a little bit, you'll actually scoot enemies back a couple of spaces. Which is really handy because, like, if one of them got back here with our back lineman or a cleric, we can go up, take the aggro off of them, and push them away. He's almost done. Let's go ahead and fight a little bit. He's beating us up quite a bit. He was stunning us. That little X that's over here actually is the stun. So let's go ahead and just keep running around. We don't want to lose our fighter. There he is. Just about there. Well, he got a good whack in on us. We almost got stun locked again. Well, looks like our mage is out of mana. Our druid's still throwing lightning. He should actually go down pretty soon. I'm going to use shield bash. Steal him a couple of times. There we go. Pretty good experience. 20 for this area is actually relatively high. We got a heal, increase magic missile, and sprint. That's always good. We took almost 3,000 damage. Lengthy fight, but everybody stayed alive. And like I said, more than likely, all these other little alcoves here are probably golems. We'll just kind of come back to those. Let's go ahead and rest up and continue on. We're still looking for Jaimar here. Once we get our mana back, we'll go down these steps here. And we'll continue exploring. Let's go ahead and get Wizard's Eye and that back up here. Oh! We ran directly into fire dregs. These guys are fairly low armor. It does look like they are ganking up on our fighter though. So let's see if we can't. They do fire damage also. Not too much, but enough to make it hurt. I'm trying to get around the corner so I can get them a little bit away from our team here. There we go. Now our guys are kind of focusing on them. Now we do have frost on our druid, and these guys are weak against that. Let's go ahead and see if we can't We can barely hit them. Let's move back to space here so we can get both of them. Let's throw those out. Now we're going to probably get them locked up with Frost Ball, if we can. And let's go ahead and throw fire resist on him and take care of that for a little bit. Let's go back to auto. And it does a fair amount, but not as much as we would like. Let's go ahead and use rage. And once we get these guys, at least one of these guys down, we're going to be able to take the other one down fairly quickly. There we go. Let's go ahead and just go back on auto. We have him bleeding from our range fighters. Of course, our rogue has the nice snow pellet piercer, or actually our ranger has the snowy shadow piercer, which does frozen frost damage. Oh, I'm at the rest and I clicked abort. So the fire drakes aren't too much of a hassle. It's just you got to watch being flanked by both of them. Your fighter does go down a little bit. But again, that's why we have our heal support from our druid and our cleric being our primary healer. Now let's go ahead and continue on into here. And we see a temple front. Now this is going to be a looks like a fire temple. Looks clean and new, but it feels very ancient. If this time stands still, you feel there is a higher power inhabiting the presence, and there's something disturbing about it. We'll continue on here. It's a nice long hallway. Okay, so it looks like whoever that little guy is, he's that'll be running straight for us. Alright, so Fire Acolyte, we don't know his weakness. He is strong against fire. Of course, the Fire Drake, we already took him. We'll go ahead and throw Fire Resistance, Mana Rupture. We're going to put Fire Resistance on a couple people here. Just so we don't get burned alive. Yep, that's what I was anticipating. Good Lord, that hurts. Let's see, we got two here. He's going to be off, so let's start running. That fire hits everywhere, and it is outstanding. And our rogue stood no chance. Now what we may have to do is we may have to rethink about going back and getting a little bit more experience. We do have sprint, let's run. And of course he goes straight to our druid back here. Let's throw fire resist. Our mage is down. Alright, looks like we're just going to go ahead and probably wipe. And that was pretty quick. Did quite a bit of skill increase. Let's go ahead and... Now we just jumped into the temple, so we can actually reload here. And I say, let's go ahead and let's go back to those golems and take care of them. Let's clear these golems out here, and then we'll go back into that temple in the next run. Oh, where'd it go? We just had it, then we lost it. There it is. So we'll take out these golems here, and then in the next portion we'll go back down into that fire temple, hopefully be able to take on that fire acolytes and continue searching for Jaimar. Join us in the next segment as we finish clearing out the fire temple.